Welcome to Capital City News, your connection to Salt Lake City government. I'm your host, Poonam Kumar. For our interview this week, we'll be talking to the city's sustainability director about the city's green efforts, and our History Minute this week is about the Lone Cedar Tree. But first, let's start with our legislative update. After a public hearing and extensive public outreach, the Salt Lake City Council is reviewing the possibility of a general obligation bond on the fall ballot to pay for open space, trails, and recreation projects. The bond money would be used to complete projects around the city and increase the outdoor, recreation, and open space areas that residents and visitors enjoy. A council decision is likely to be made at the August 18th council meeting. Mayor Ralph Becker joined city leaders and building owners to honor the winners of the Project Skyline Mayor's Challenge 2015 awards. Launched in May 2014, the multi-year competition challenges building owners across Salt Lake City to meet and exceed the air quality and energy-saving targets of the Mayor's Sustainable Salt Lake Plan and reduce citywide building energy use by 15% by 2020. Salt Lake City Mayor Becker and Salt Lake County Mayor Ben McAdams gathered at the new Eccles Theater to celebrate the halfway point and completion mark of the new George S. and Dolores Dore Eccles Theater. Construction of the 2,500-seat Eccles Theater is scheduled and will be open to the public in the fall of 2016. The Prison Relocation Commission has decided to extend its deadline to October 1st for making a recommendation to the legislature on where to locate a new prison. The commission at a July meeting heard details from several new consultant reports about the relocation process, including an evaluation of the top 4 sites. One of the sites under strong consideration is located in Salt Lake City, just west of the airport. With conservation and sustainability a top priority on everyone's mind, we thought you'd want to know what Salt Lake City is doing to help. We have Salt Lake City Sustainability Director Vicki Bennett here to tell us more.
So I'm Vicki Bennett, and I'm the director of the Sustainability Division for Salt Lake City. One of the things that I think really surprised people is, Salt Lake City is a relatively small city, less than 200,000 people, and there are many cities in the United States with, millions of residents. Despite that, our city's sustainability program is generally ranked as one of the top 10 in the nation. A lot of that has to do with the fact that we have such great support from the mayor, the city council, and our citizens. A lot of what we do is working in the sustainability division is work both within our division and with all other city divisions and departments to try and minimize our impact on the environment. Probably the number one thing that we do is spend time on climate issues, because climate change is the highest risk probably to all of our citizens that we see right now. That can include everything from what we call climate mitigation. So we're trying to reduce the amount of carbon that goes into the atmosphere. That can be done by saving energy, saving electricity and natural gas through energy efficiency programs, both within the city and also for our residents and businesses. We also try and minimize the impact of the size of our fleet. We're buying more and more hybrid vehicles, helping our fleet determine what type of vehicles are the best. We are doing a lot of work on providing electric vehicles and charging stations for citizens also. Even though the transportation and some of the other areas aren't directly in our division, we do work with them closely. And the mayor's office does have the Sustainability 2015 plan, and that is where we have listed all of our many sustainability efforts and our sustainability goals. That includes things like bike lanes, transit passes, things that engineering might be doing for green infrastructure, and ensuring that we're doing the appropriate things with our wastewater. And we really do get involved in almost every area of city planning and governance, because sustainability is something that goes across the board. I think the things that we really try and get residents involved in can include everything from understanding what we can do to minimize their risk when we are looking at future climate issues. We have done some really in-depth studies on what we think the future climate is going to look like and how it's going to affect us, and one of the main ways is through our water supply. And the fact that we've got plans in place to really protect the amount of water we have for our citizens for at least the next 50 years. We do a lot of work to provide for local foods. We're working with Downtown Alliance on the farmers market. We have local gardens available for citizens to be part of. And I think that something that most people just need to understand is that we really have programs in place that everyone can be directly involved in.
And now it's time for our History Minute.
When the pioneers first entered the Salt Lake Valley, one of the most prominent features on the landscape was a cedar tree that stood high above everything else. It was located at approximately the southwest corner of 3rd South and 6th East by today's reckoning. Since it could be seen from far away in every direction, it became an important landmark and meeting place in those early days of the city. Eventually, after many faithful years, the tree died, but what was left of it became a landmark in the city. In 1933, after taking damage from passing cars striking it, it was moved from its original location to a spot in the parking strip about 1/3 of the way down the block. A shrine was built around it, and it was dedicated as a landmark on Pioneer Day. There it stood until the middle of one September night in the 50s, when unidentified vandals cut down what was left of the tree, leaving only a stump. A cement addition was made to the shrine, keeping what was left of the stump safe for the future. And this is how the shrine exists today for all to see in the middle of the street on 600 East.
That's it for this week's Capital City News, your connection to Salt Lake City government. This year's primary election starts to switch to mail-in voting for the city. The deadline for your mail-in ballot and postmark is August 10th. Be sure to tune in next time to see what's happening in the city. For SLC TV, I'm Poonam Kumar.